All right, let's talk about a huge challenge for pretty much any business with a physical location. How do you really connect with your guests once they're actually on site? Today, we're going to dig into a tool called evntwall that's looking to completely change that entire interaction. And this quote right here, it just nails a fundamental business truth, doesn't it? I mean, getting customers through the door is one thing, but the real, sustainable growth, that comes from keeping them engaged and making them want to come back. And that's exactly the challenge we're diving into. So let's talk about the modern guest challenge. The second a guest steps onto your property, a whole new clock starts ticking. How do you get them the information they need, right when they need it, without having to rely on old, clunky, and inefficient methods? And this is where the rubber meets the road, right? All that marketing, all that effort you put into getting someone to your hotel, your school, or your event, that's just the beginning. The real experience, the part they're going to remember, is how you engage with them once they've already arrived. Just look at the difference here. It's a total before and after. On the left, you've got the old way, the cluttered front desk, the stack of paper brochures, that dusty old suggestion box that feels like a black hole. And on the other side, a clean, modern approach that gets rid of all that physical mess and puts it into one dynamic hub that lives on every single customer's smartphone. So how do you bridge that gap? Well, the solution here is what they're calling a digital concierge, a tool that's totally contactless, super efficient, and uses the one device you know for a fact every single guest has in their pocket, their phone. And this is it, evntwall. Now, at its core, it's a web app, and that's so key because it means there's nothing for your guests to download. It's built to do three main things: make communication way smoother, cut down on traditional costs like printing, and even open up new ways to bring in revenue. So that's the what. But honestly, the how is where things get really interesting. Let's break down how this actually changes the on-site experience, piece by piece. Okay, first up, communication. So instead of a messy paper sign-in sheet, you get a clean digital check-in. Instead of your guests wandering around wondering who to talk to, they have a staff directory right at their fingertips. And that old suggestion box, yeah, that becomes a modern digital tool for instant feedback so your guests actually feel heard. And this is how you finally declutter that front desk. All your recommendations for local spots, places to eat, and cool things to do, it all goes into one clean digital directory. You can promote your own restaurant or list your local favorites, and your event calendar is always up to date with what's happening at your venue and around town. You know, beyond just convenience, there are some really crucial practical features here. You can give people instant access to emergency contacts, think local police or the nearest hospital, and even display property maps or floor plans. This isn't just helpful, it gives your guests a real sense of security and peace of mind. And we've barely even scratched the surface. The platform has almost 50 distinct features. 50! The big takeaway from that number isn't about memorizing the whole list, but understanding that this thing is designed to be a complete system for managing your guests, not just some single-purpose app. Now, it's really easy to hear all of this and think, okay, this is a tool for hotels. But what's so interesting is just how versatile it is. The core idea works for basically any place where people physically get together. I mean, look at this list. It really drives that point home. We're talking everything from wedding venues trying to coordinate with guests to schools communicating with parents. The underlying challenge is exactly the same. How do you share timely, relevant information with people who are right there on site? Okay, so let's get down to it. Let's talk about the bottom line, because the goal here isn't just to have a cool piece of technology. It's about delivering real, tangible results for your business. So here's the real payoff. It's kind of like a loop. By offering more value through this modern digital touchpoint, you make the guest experience way better. And that doesn't just save you money on old school stuff like printing. It actually creates new opportunities for income, which ultimately makes your brand that much stronger. And the best part? Getting started seems incredibly straightforward. There's no massive, scary upfront commitment. You can just request a demo or even a free trial to see how it all works for yourself. It's a totally low-risk way to see exactly how these features could fit into your specific business and start making a difference. And that really brings us to the core question this all raises. I mean, guest expectations are shifting. They're moving permanently towards seamless digital interactions, and those old paper-based methods are honestly becoming obsolete. So the real question isn't just about a single tool, it's this: is your guest experience truly ready for the future?